Hi everybody, this video is going to show you how to take to Design Space a new project which lets you make this really lovely, quite a luxury feel 24 cracker advent calendar. You get 3 different sizes of cracker and you can mix them up and use all 3 or just use one size or just a couple, whichever you prefer. And then there's this very strong base that they sit in, and you're given the numerals and this star decoration for around the edges if you want to cut that in vinyl and stick those on. That's just another look at it there, and a close-up. The crackers, obviously they tie with ribbon. You need to get that, that's included in the materials you need. Those are the sizes of the crackers that you get. You get one that's, this small one here in front is 63mm or 2.5 inches tall. That's up from the base of the cracker up to where it stops being square. So it's actually quite roomy, so it's 2.5 inches up to that first fold line there. The second one that we can see there with the number 6 on, that's 83mm or 3.3 inches tall. And the tallest one with the number 17 on there is 103mm or 4 inches tall. And I've used all of them in my example, but you could just use one size if you prefer. I think this, as well as being a nice kind of advent calendar in which you could put lots of different things, I think it could be good for party favours as well. You could have a couple of these dotted around and you could put little tags on to say thank you or decorate them for the occasion that it was. So I think it's quite a useful file really, not just necessarily as an advent calendar. I don't think I need to show you anything else. They're all kind of the same. Yeah, that's the YouTube picture. Right, so we'll go to Design Space now and bring it in. I am showing Design Space just because we've got to do that conversion of score lines and everything, because Cricut machines score in a slightly different way. You do also get in the download though files for the free version of Silhouette Studio if you can't use SVG files, and there's also a Canvas Workspace format file which you would need the downloaded version of Canvas Workspace to use. You can't use it in the online app. But for my really big, large format files, like this one is, in fact I'll just show you the first page of the instructions. You always get a diagram of what the SVG looks like, and all the bits are labelled so that when you come to actually do the build and I talk about pieces, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that there is what drops onto your mat. So for Cricut it's not a problem, and for Silhouette it's not a problem because it will all be there and it'll all be the right size. But if you try to take that file into the online app for ScanNCut machines, it will reduce it down to fit on a standard mat, and it's harder to just with one click make the file the right size. So that's why I supply it in a Canvas Workspace format file where everything is the right size, the right colour, all the score lines are already dashed lines, and so it's there just ready for you to put on your mats and export to your machine however you do it. So if you can use that downloaded version of Canvas Workspace, I really recommend it for big files like mine. It just makes them much easier to work with. But this video is for Design Space, so we'll go there now and take this file through there. Okay, so we'll click New Project, Blank Canvas. I've only just switched it on, so I'm praying that it behaves itself. Okay, so to bring it in, over here on the left, I'm using the desktop version for PC. Upload, and it's already in as you can see, but I'll bring it in from scratch and then you can see how to do it. Upload image. Here I always press browse because I always have Design Space on full screen and I've only got one monitor. So then you would navigate to wherever it is on your system. I've been using it today, so it's there already. So you just select it and open. It's saying it's a big image. It is a vector file. It's just that there are so many tiny cuts in it with all these little stars and the numerals and everything. It's not a big memory. It's just a lot for Design Space to think about. So this window, just press continue. Here you could rename it if you wanted to, otherwise just upload, and it drops onto the canvas. Just get rid of that unhelpful little window and scroll out so we can see what we're doing. Alright, so it lands on your canvas already selected. So the first thing you're going to do is ungroup it. As I said, I'm on the desktop version for PC, so ungroup for me Even though I've been saying that things have moved around for lots of people, and I know I'm working on the most recent one, but anyway, ungroup for me is still at the top of the layers panel. So you just click on that, and that lets you see the two groups inside. And in my SVGs, the top group is where the lines that need converting to score always live, and they're grouped so you can do it with just one click. And this second group down here is where all the cut pieces are. So I'm going to select that second group for now and just ungroup it. And that lets you see all the individual cut pieces there. Now I'll select that top group, which is the lines that need converting to score. Go over to the operations menu and choose score from the drop down, and you can see that they've been converted. And because there's more than one set, we've got to ungroup those as well. So just ungroup again. So now everything on canvas is a separate piece, and we can attach the scores to the cut piece that they relate to. You can't attach it all, otherwise you'll get a message that the project is too big and you can't cut it. You do each piece individually. Quickest way to do that, I think, is to click on canvas somewhere near a piece, drag a box to more or less enclose it, and attach. You've got attach there at the bottom of the layers panel. If you're on PC like I am, you can also just do Alt A, which is a little bit quicker. And that's what I'm doing now, but all I'm doing is attaching. I'll do it again so you can see it. Because my scores are compound paths, you don't always have to go right round the boundary of the piece. You can just sort of touch the score and the cut piece and it will work. And these are the different crackers. And you're going to, these numerals here, I'll just zoom in if I can get to them. I've set them up like this so that when you come to weed them, it's a little bit easier. I do intend them to be cut in vinyl. You can do what you want. You could make your own new numbers and cut them from card if you wanted, but I've provided these which I intend to be cut from vinyl. So, oh, why is it doing that? Why won't it let me scroll up and down? That's very strange. There though. Do you know what? I'm not going to risk it. It don't want to let me do it, so we'll just look at it like that. I've set it up like that with individual cuts around the numbers just because I think it makes it a little bit easier when you come to weed them. That's the only reason they're all in a little grid like that. And these grey stars here are the bits that go around the sides of the box. You don't have to use them, I've just supplied them if you want them. I do think they look quite nice. But you might have different ideas of what you can do. You could maybe do print and cut on the walls if you can print on tabloid or A3. Or you could just create a decorative border to go on there. You might have some nice Christmassy washi tape or something and you can use that. Right, so everything now is attached, and so when you get to this point I would save it, and obviously you just click on save and you give it a name. I've already saved it on my system, so I'm not going to save it again. Let's just bring it where we can see it. So now you've attached everything and you've saved it. You've now got to decide what you're going to make crackers wise. So when I made mine, I made 8 of each. There are 24, obviously there are 3 kinds, so I just duplicated the crackers 8 times. But you might decide you only want small ones or medium sized ones, or you only want to use 2 sizes. So this is where you decide that, and then you do your duplication according to what you want. So for now I'm just going to go as if I'm making the same box as I've already made. So I'm just going to select those 3 and I'm going to duplicate them. Nope, that's group, you fool. Duplicate them, so I've got 2 of each, 3 of each, 4 of each, 5 of each, 6, 7, 8 of each. So I've got 24 crackers there. So as you can imagine, it is quite a paper hungry project this. It's a big impressive thing. You're not going to make it out of 3 sheets of 12 by 12. So just be prepared for that. So everything's there, we've duplicated it, and now we can hit make it. I'm not going to save it. Cancel that. I thought I'd attach those. Did I not attach? I didn't. Yeah, I started talking about something else, didn't I? Sorry. So you need to select the numerals and attach those, or they'll all split up like they did before. And you need to select the stars. and attach those as well. They are actually grouped, yeah, so you don't need to go all the way around it, you just need to touch it. There we are. I think that's it. Let's see what happens now. That looks a bit more like it, doesn't it? And in actual fact, if we choose, it will obviously cut from a 12 by 12. Yeah. So I'm going to put those down there. Rotate those. I might actually fix that before I give it to you. It's a bit silly that it's making us do that, isn't it? Select those, move them. That's all I'm doing. 3 dots and move. Put it on that first mat. That's it. Yeah, so all the vinyl, if you're using what I've provided, will fit on one sheet of 12 by 12, a little bit less actually. And of course you could split it up over letter if that's what you've got, smaller pieces of vinyl that you might have. That mat, that second mat's going to disappear. You can choose, as you can see, A3 or tabloid. It's only asking for that because the base pieces do require A3 or tabloid, as it says in the Etsy listing. I actually cut my whole project from A3, so it was nice and easy for me to split up. I just chose A3 and then it split it all over the mats like that. Now if you can be bothered, you could probably get a more economical layout by moving some crackers around and turning them round. So I didn't do that when I made mine because I knew it was going to be a lengthy project anyway, but you could probably get a little bit of a saving from paper if you did that, because as you can see, if we've got 2 there and it goes down to 18, that must be 16 sheets of A3 or tabloid it's wanting. Let's just see if the extra length on tabloid makes any difference. No, it's exactly the same. But as I say, you might just be able to get a slightly better layout, you know, if you can move them around and rotate them a bit, especially if you're using all small crackers. I'm pretty sure you can get 3 small ones from a sheet of A3, or probably, let's just zoom. See if we put those, it's slightly... I'm pretty sure you get another one in there. I wish I could just duplicate it quickly, but you see what I'm talking about anyway. If you want to save paper, because otherwise there will be a little bit of wastage. But what you could do, I'll just cancel, supposing you know you'd wanted to use all the same paper like I did, so your whole thing looks the same. I think loads of people actually will make different coloured crackers, or they might do a different coloured base and different coloured crackers. So just to make it cut differently, you would just select these pieces that you know you've got to cut from A3. Just make them a different colour, any colour, it doesn't matter. And those are, we'll have to go here to change those because they're attached. Don't want to bother detaching them, so I'm just opening up that little attachment there and changing the colour. I know a lot of you will know this, but lots of beginners won't, and that's why I include it. I think it's quite nice to pick up bits and bobs. So those are, no, those are as well, aren't they? So just for speed, I'm going to change that one. I'm going to delete those, and I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just so they're the same, and then that way it would have been easier to change the crackers actually, wouldn't it? Never mind. So now if you hit make it, you would have the option, we know that that's going to fit on a 12 by 12, so we won't worry about that. But these crackers, obviously, they will cut from A4 and letter as well. So you could choose A4. How many did you get? Yeah, if you turn that, that's the biggest cracker. I think you will actually only get one. So just play with it, see what's the most economical cut you can come up with. The crackers will cut from something smaller. You just need A3 or tabloid for the base, and I think that's all I need to show you. If you've got any questions when you come to cut or assemble it, or if you've just got any questions prompted by this video, please do get in touch. The way to get in touch is in the description underneath this video. You can contact me on Etsy or Facebook, whichever you prefer, or you can just type a question right under the video and I'll answer it there. And if you just stumbled across this video and you'd like to buy the SVG, that will be linked in the description as well. Don't forget, if you're purchasing 3 or more SVG files at one time from the Tanglecraft Studio Etsy shop, the link is in the description, you can use the 30 for 3 discount code to get 30% off your total purchase. This offer runs all the time, but you need to use that code when you check out. And if you haven't already joined the Tanglecraft Studio Facebook group, join now to get any special Etsy discount codes issued to group members and to take advantage of the free SVG files I give away in the group from time to time. The link to the group is in the description. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.